Well, welcome back to the Week 5 recap for the Phenom Fantasy League. So many exciting things happened this week. It's hard to count them all. Beginning this week, Wreck and Crew versus Tatanka Blanco. Tatanka Blanco pulls this one out in a big way. It was never really in doubt. I mean, I called it, and like always, when I call it, most of the time, unless somebody didn't do their job. And there's a couple of you this week that really just shit the bed, to be honest. But to talk Blanco versus Wrecking Crew, I mean, I came into this thing undefeated. Nobody was shocked if I still was undefeated. And so, here we are. I'm 5-0. It's not really that big a deal. I mean, I played Wrecking Crew, just looking at his lineup. All of his players, honestly, blew out their projections. His team's not very good. I mean, he probably maxed out his scoring this week. Still couldn't pull it out. I mean, some people got it, some people don't. It's not that big a deal. And I don't want to dog him because he's pretty good at fantasy. Though his record doesn't show it. He is a back-to-back champion, not people's champion. And I don't know where he's at in the division. I don't think my internet works fast enough for me to check it. I'll get to that with the predictions tomorrow. But Tatanka Blanco pulls one out, not even close. Next is Red Nuts versus Lamborghini. This particular one, Red Nuts wins 110-75 versus Lamborghini. Red Nuts is now 3-2. Lamborghini is in unfamiliar territory at 2-3. But I saw a spark this week. I saw something special out of Lamborghini Kane. I mean, I like the strategy that you're putting out there. I think it's going to be a success moving forward. You know real talent when you see it. I mean, even you said that you projected me to win, and so I know that somewhere in there's a fantasy genius hiding. I think you probably you'll have a better season. Just right now, it's not good, but you're really one of the top players, really of any fantasy league. So just unfamiliar territory, not that big a deal. You did take a loss though. I mean, you only lost by 35 this week, but I liked what I saw out of you. Good for you. Next we had, which technically that was my first loss. You didn't do your job, but it's like I said, I liked what I saw out of you. Thanks for, believing. Then we have Rusty Buckets of Dookie versus Bye Week. I did take Bye Week on this one. Rusty Buckets of Dookie lost 79-102. You're now 1-4. Bye Week, you're 2-3. A couple solid real teams there. You guys are really good. If there was like a whole other league that was starting with people who have losing records, you guys would be right in the mix. And I believe that. This is just a tough league. Winners win, rise to the occasion. You guys aren't really doing it, but somebody had to win this one. So good for you, Bye Week, for doing it. 102-79. I mean, were there any big factors as to why you weren't the lowest scorer? It was actually Lamborghini, but I liked what I saw this week. I'll tell you what, Tickle Shits. This is a tough year for you, but I feel like if you can make one of those Cody trades, like where you could maybe trade him Josh Allen, if you could trade him Tyler Warren, and really I think that's all you really have on your roster. If you could trade away Josh Allen and Josh Jacobs, if you could trade Josh Allen and Josh Jacobs to Cody this year for Joe Flacco and maybe Singletary for the Giants, I think you got a shot to win it. You just got to do one of those blockbuster trades you're good at. Willie Nelson versus Downtown St. Brown. Downtown St. Brown, odd stat I discovered last week that you were a top scorer. You won this week 98-86. You did play Willie Nelson. You both have losing records at 2-3. I also put you in that group that if there was a whole other league for players who weren't good at regular leagues, I think you guys would be also right in the mix. Downtown St. Brown, you did pull it out, and so I don't want to pop off. You scored 98 points. I'll look at the totals in just a second after I complete this, but you did beat Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, you're a strong fantasy owner. I know people have accused you of being not smart when it comes to fantasy, but I think you got it. maybe your priorities are just in the wrong place, but I think the knowledge is really in you. I know you're a good analyzer of fantasy football. Next, we have Better Call Persol. And by the way, and you also lost 86 to 98, if I didn't say it. Better Call Persol versus Rebuilding Season. Better Call Persol, you lost by 7. I know this was going to be tough for you. All your players, well, some didn't do very good, but some of your players did so much better that that's couldn't be far off of what you're projected anyway. Rebuilding Season, he has a drinking problem, but I tell you what, I never knew that he had a drinking problem like he does. But I would say keep doing that, what you're doing, because you're 4-1. That's never happened in your fantasy career. And at some point, I think I may have to hop on the Mitchell bandwagon, but we'll see for the predictions tomorrow. It's tough to deny. Right now, you are in second place, but really you're in second place in the entire league. You're second place in your side of the division, but that's only because there's a fantasy Goliath, and there's nothing you can do anything about that. But if you were in the other division, I mean, you're in first place right now. This is big for you, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all that you've accomplished. I'm proud that you can drink more than regular people, and that's okay. I've been praying for you, and so I hope things go good. You did win 105. Just looking at the thing though, who's the high scorer this last week? Red Nuts, you were the high scorer. You know what I mean? That's good. That's real good for you. I'll just go ahead and flip over the standings since I'm talking about it. Currently, after these wins and losses, Will, you're in first place in your division with a losing record, and you're tied for first with Downtown St. Brown Recce Crew and Willie Nelson. Shit, just give everybody a trophy in that division, unless you're Tickle Shits, and it's not even close. But on the other side, we have one undefeated guy. Look, man, I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat carbs that aren't vegetables. A lot of that plays into this decision making. I got a tough defense. Somebody had mentioned, like, look at your points against. Yeah, listen, when you are defensive minded and you know how to play defense wins championships. It doesn't matter. That's why people don't score points on me. It's not that big a deal. Nobody's shocked. I'm not shocked by it, Rebuilding Season, you are in second place with a 4-1 record. And then Red Nuts, you have a winning record also at 3-2. Looks like that's pretty much the winner's division there, because even the losers in this division, in the Tricks division, even the losers have the same record as all the people tied for first in the other one. That's a bad division over there. That's a bad deal. I just feel real bad for you guys. But just looking at the season stats here, points for, I'm not the top scorer. Points against, nobody scores on me. But that's really, like I said, that's a defensive thing. It's what it is. 2-0 in the division, 4-0 at home, 1-0 away. I didn't even know that was even a thing in fantasy, but none of it even matters. You know what I mean? So, all right, well, I'll get off here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Week 5 predictions.